Okay, now let's take a look at the exchange market. Okay, so draw a graph of the foreign exchange market for the US dollar, showing how a change in the price level affects the US dollar relative to the euro, and how will the Fed's contractionary monetary policy affect the real interest rate in the long run in the US here. Now let's actually answer the second part first here. How will the Fed's contractionary monetary policy affect the real interest rate in the long run in the US? And the answer to this here is no effect in the long run. The reason being is that money is neutral. So since money is neutral, monetary has a short run but not a long run impact. Now, when there's short run impact, there's a loss of jobs, creation of jobs. So to be sure, short run impact does have an impact, but the idea is that in the long run, money is neutral. Money isn't really the whole point of the economy. The whole point of the economy is growing the economy, and money might stimulate one way or the other in the short run, but in the long run, money actually has no power to actually create economic growth in the long run. So let's draw a graph of the foreign exchange market of the US dollar here. Okay, so here's the quantity of dollars. Okay, now this is, again, since this is the x-axis is dollars, you want to use euros per dollar. So here's the supply and demand, the exchange rate here. So this is the supply of US dollars, this is demand, and you get E1 right here, and you get Q1 right here. The change in the price level, so this is dependent on what you had before. Now the change in the price level, it went down. Okay, so if the change in the price level goes down, things become cheaper in the United States, and therefore the demand for US currency is going to increase. So demand increases from D1 to D2, and you have Q2 right here, and you have E2 right here. Okay, so the quantity of US dollars is going to increase because the demand for US dollars increases. And so what happens to the value of the dollar? So the dollar has appreciated because demand for US dollars has increased. So hopefully being able to see how you tie the aggregate demand graph to the money market graph, how you tie that to the exchange rate graph, hopefully that makes sense. So a lot of these FRQ problems are going to rely not on just knowledge of one graph, but being able to see the connection between the two. So it's more important to understand the reasoning and the logic and the flow. So theoretically, if you got this graph right, but it was based on a previously wrong assumption, then you won't get credit on the AP exam. So it's make sure you know the impact that interest rates will have on the exchange rate, the impact that lowered interest rates have on the aggregate demand, and see how these graphs actually connect with one another. Thank you for watching.